Ethan Hawke, what do you think happens when we die?
You ready? I don't think we die. If I said, hey, you guys want to talk about God? The conversation would shut down. I mean, I know the snakes and lizards that live in this profession. When I was a young man, I was extremely interested in religion and faith. It was very, very important to me, and it was everything I thought about. And I felt like how did I get to 50 and never get past first base? You ready?
Ethan Hawke is undergoing a brand new, bold transformation and a refreshing faith-based renaissance as he wages intellectual war on atheistic Hollywood, and you won't believe the stuff he's saying publicly now. See, Ethan Hawke is a household name and one of the most beloved American actors of this generation. Acting since he was a teenager, Ethan's racked up over 100 acting credits and won over 70 awards, numbers which rival the biggest names in the industry. For context, that's more acting credits than Denzel Washington, who starred alongside him in perhaps Ethan's most famous role, Training Day. Ethan's also well known for his co-leading role in 90s classic Dead Poets Society, across from the late Robin Williams, and as a key character in the recent and rare Marvel smash hit Moon Knight. But recently, Ethan's mind has been on higher matters, as his eldest daughter Maya Hawke breaks out into the mainstream due to her fan-favorite role in Netflix mega blockbuster Stranger Things, and he started his own film studio where he produces smaller films focused on faith, morality, and the deeper questions of life. Ethan is a profoundly deep and interesting thinker, loving father, and a burgeoning man of faith. This is a new transformation you must see to believe, and we are so excited to present this to you. This is Make Faith Famous, and without further ado, let's dive into Ethan's deepest thoughts about the war that's happening between religion and Hollywood.
Usually, if you see a priest in a movie, they're actually a bad guy in a horror film, right?
Yeah.
Or they're leading they have some diabolical agenda with their community. And I think some of the most beautiful people I've ever met in my life have been monks and nuns of this world who are doing such amazing work, praying for all of us and taking care of all of us all over the world. That's not a story that people are comfortable talking about. I think, like, if we were at a dinner table with a group of people that you hadn't met, and if I said, hey, you guys want to talk about God? The conversation would shut down because there is so much fear in the room there's so much mistrust. Are you going to have an agenda with me? Are you going to try to talk me into believing something I don't want to believe? Are you trying to talk me out of what I want to believe? And I think it hurts us so much as a community when we don't see ourselves as brothers and sisters on some collective journey, which I think is what organized religion did for me. As it was one time every Sunday where you take off your hat and you sit under one roof with a group of people and you say, we're in this together, aren't we? And your status is diminished. We're all children of God. I found all that so exciting and liberating, almost like looking at the ocean or looking at the stars. It's so humbling that it's empowering, because you realize that you're not responsible, but you are responsible for yourself and your participation. And faith is an exciting conversation to me, but it is a conversation that a lot of people don't want to have. And you're either proselytizing, or you're making fun of, or you're scared of religion, right? Those are kind of the three options. I've seen audiences are made deeply uncomfortable with that. As soon as she starts praying in the movie, some people are like, uh-oh. So, I mean, that's the world we live in. I mean, I know the snakes and lizards that live in this profession, and I know how hard it's been to walk the trail, and I know how much grace or whatever it's not my own doing that I'm still here and enjoying it. I still love my job, but I've come to view performance in general, the performing arts, as a kind of act of worship, to be honest. I've come to see that when my life as an actor is connected to my own inner life, that good things happen. And when my development as a person is connected to my development as an actor. Good things happen. And so for the last 5 years have really been it's allowed me to explore, to make my life richer, to include that part of my life in my work. And maybe that's my 50s. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe it's developmental. I'm kind of less interested in other things. This is a conversation I really enjoy having now at this point in my life. I think maybe it scared me when I was in my 20s. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's amazing that he admits here that he was actually scared of these topics when he was younger. There's a conviction element to faith that can be humbling, and that humility can be very exposing, very scary. It's like when the lights turn on in a dark room, cockroaches flee. Anyways, I also just love how thoughtful Ethan seems. He seems to take his acting and directing very seriously, and even recognizing how it can be an act of true worship to do it well. During that entire clip, I didn't get the sense that he cares about money or fame, but that he really truly loves art and acting and writing and directing, and how he can use those to introduce audiences all over the world to faith. But what do you think? I'd love to hear from you the part that resonates with you the most. But before you start typing that comment, let's check out this segment where Ethan gets very, very deep, very philosophical, and very non-materialistic about what happens to us after we die. Again, just notice how thoughtful he is in this response. It feels almost like he's a man who has a lifetime of knowledge and passion and wisdom, but it's just finally getting unlocked and can be expressed and explored fully in the context of faith. Check it out.
Ethan Hawke, what do you think happens when we die?
You ready? I don't think we die. I don't think that we have an understanding of the divine concept of time. I don't think we're any more capable of understanding a clock than a dog is. And I think something much bigger is going on than we're aware of in our day-to-day routines. So I don't think I have the intelligence or the DNA makeup to answer that question.
What a blessing it is to hear that, all of it, from him saying that we don't understand the divine concept of time, to him saying we don't understand time and clocks any more than a dog does, that there's something bigger at play, and that ultimately there is life after this. The crowd seemed stunned not to hear the same old from Hollywood. It seemed to genuinely shock everyone. And want to know why I think that is? Because I think it's about the way he said all that. Thoughtful, but not self-aggrandizing. It's no wonder that he said this in a recent panel interview.
When I was born, my great-grandmother had a clear sense that I was going to be a priest, and told everyone that I should be paying attention to the calling if it ever came. And so I used to pray that the calling wouldn't come. And I went into the arts, and my family had a very strong mistrust of celebrity and of fame, and its ability to blind people to the nature of reality, to see yourself as something other.
If he came out and talked about reincarnation or some New Age stuff, then I think maybe the audience might have clapped, but they wouldn't have been as stunned as they were here. Now, he's playing it a little safe, maybe, but I don't want to detract from the profundity of his response and, again, how it sounds so much like he's truly developed an understanding of and relationship with God. But what do you think? Let me know again in the comments below. All right, next up, we find Ethan and his daughter Maya in fully engaged conversation with a Catholic priest about these amazing topics. They are talking in part about their new film Wildcat, written, directed, and produced by Ethan and starring Maya, about a Catholic female writer who had a profound influence on their own spiritual lives. And Ethan gets personal like I've never seen before about this recent transformation. Let's check it out together.
And not to mention, just also one thing you left out was a big part of the reason that I even had the thought that we should do this together was because you were going through this amazing kind of personal journey of realizing how your practice of the arts, your relationship to acting, your relationship to your artistic community was your spiritual compass and your spiritual devotion throughout your life, or at least a big part of it.
Yeah,
and that's what,
It hit me at a weird moment because I was just turning 50, and I I momentarily became extremely depressed that I felt I hadn't honored the part of myself. When I was a young man, I was extremely interested in religion and faith. It was very, very important to me, and it was everything I thought about. And I felt like I'd never, how did I get to 50 and never get past first base with my exploration of faith? And then the clouds moved away, and I realized that my dedication to the arts had become the manifestation of that faith, and that I wasn't on first base. And I've had moments in my own life where you momentarily get it.
Yeah.
You get that you're a part of something much bigger, and it's like there's like a crack in this banal treadmill that we're all on, and all of a sudden you see it. And how to take what you just saw, felt in your bones. She has another great line I love, which is, faith is what you know to be true, even if you don't believe it. It's like your body sometimes knows something's true. You know there's a larger truth that your intellect can't quite grasp. And she has that other great line that if you could understand God, God would be less than you.
Right. And that's right from St. Augustine. If you understand it, that's not God.
That you then have to say, okay, wait, I have had moments of grace. Did I respond right? Did I know how to incorporate? And that's the great value of organized religion, is to give us a net to kind of guide us of what to do with these moments, and how, but very quickly we go back to sleep and just do
no, quite right. And she knew, it seems to me, that grace in a fallen world usually hurts. Grace usually has to break into your life in some kind of painful way, which makes the stories hard.
What's her line? Religion is not a warm electric blanket. It's the cross.
It's the cross, right.
And the cross holds the suffering of the world, right? I mean, this is a very profound symbol of human suffering, and failure of community. They can be presented with the child of God and crucify him. Like we live in a fallen world. It's like, to make it all nice and make it all warm and fuzzy, you're not really talking about faith, because that's not that faith you can't take into your daily life.
Right.
And I can't think of a better place to end it than that. Faith in the cross, faith in Christ. I think Ethan is on an amazing, genuine path, and I would just ask that we all pray for him on his journey. So feel free to share your thoughts, your criticisms, your prayers in the comments below. Oh, and if you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching this video. Out of all the other videos you could have spent your time with, it really means a lot. God bless you, and God bless Make Faith Famous. See you next time.
Would you like to continue your career as an actor? You think it's there?
I don't know if it's going to be there, but I'd like to do it. I would. I'd like to continue if I can.